why is it so hot? It is so hot. And I know that I live in Mississippi, and I would be like, I should be, immune to living on the surface of the sun, or at least the upper echelon of hell at this point in my life. No, I'm not. I'm tired of it being hot. I turned on the air conditioner in the car, and I've kind of cooled off, and I'm not near as sweaty as I was, but I literally walked from here to the barn, fed them, hosed them off a little bit, and filled up their water buckets, and I am just dripping. It is just so hot. It's so hot. Why? I'm so tired of it being hot, and I'm like every other person in Mississippi or the South at this point. There are greater tragedies than it being hot, but I'm so tired of it. I'm over it. I'm over it. And I'm not one of those girls that screams for pumpkin spice. I'm not that girl. I want to walk outside and not literally sweat through everything that I have on. I don't think that's too much to ask for. So I got to run to the grocery store, and we will talk later. Back at the house, back at the studio. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, this is as good as it's gonna get today. I have literally been fiddling with my camera and my tripod for entirely too much time. I started out in here in our office slash studio, if we want to be pretentious. Went outside, it's still a little bit too hot and a little bit too sweaty. So I came back inside. I have a lamp with a piece of parchment paper over it. I have a cat and a dog, so there's all the distractions. This is as good as it gets. This is my life in a nutshell. Just chaos all the time. Yes, I am very late. I am very overdue. I owe y'all a video for August. Was actually at Prairie Arch yesterday. Today's the 3rd of September. It's the 3rd of September, y'all. Jeez. And somebody said, oh, well, I love your YouTube videos, which is an absolute first of somebody saying, oh, I love your YouTube videos. Are you making another one? And I was like, yeah, about that. Let's have a chat about that. Of course, I don't do this full time. I don't even do this part time. I don't even think I qualify as part time with YouTube. But I do these, I've been trying since I started this year to do these once a month. I keep getting distracted by my cat. Sorry. Or my daughter's cat. Whoever's cat, the house cat. Anyway, I've been trying to do these once a month. And this month has just been absolute pure chaos. First part of the month, I got into the BiState exhibit in Meridian. It's the BiState, I think the official name is the BiState Juried Art Competition and Art Show. It's in Meridian. This is the 49th year. I've been in it a couple of other times. It is a beautiful show. It's in the old Carnegie Library building in Meridian. It is gorgeous. It's a beautiful space. And yeah, I took my artwork down there that Friday the 4th. It was the Friday before Allie started school. Then on top of that, I got into the Cotton District Arts Festival in Starkville, Mississippi. I got into their juried show, so I've been scrambling around trying to get artwork printed for that, because I entered two pieces. I entered the piece that I got into the Greenville Arts Show back in the spring. It's already matted and framed. I thought, oh, this will get in, but I had another piece that I had put together, and I actually have it behind me. Would you like to see? I'll show it to you anyway, whether you want to or not. This lighting on me is horrific. It's bad. This is my job for this coming week, is to frame this. This is titled 8 Years Apart. This is another 2 shots of this same church building that I got into the show in Greenville. They're just in black and white. They're taken with a Lens Baby pinhole lens, and they're 8 years apart, almost exactly to the month. This is the Savannah Missionary Baptist Church. It's on Cooksville Road in Noxubee County. It's off of Highway 14. So this is going to the Cotton District Arts Festival in Starkville. And I didn't even have this image printed because for the sake of expense and you know, it's expensive to print these big prints. This print's 24 inches of printable area. It's expensive to get this stuff printed. And then the added expense of buying mats and buying a frame. And I've been matting and framing my own stuff for a long time, but still the expense of a $50 20 by 28 inch frame. I had to order mats from Ultrek in New York. I know I said that wrong. It's like an art supply place that sells smaller pieces of mat board. I can go to Hobby Lobby and get them, but the Hobby Lobby around here is very limited on their selection of Arctic White mat board, and it's just, I almost have to buy it with the understanding that it's gonna be mucked up on the corners and it's gonna have dirt on it, and I'm gonna have to cut that stuff out and cut around it. And I just was like, let me try ordering something from online, see how it goes. It was shipped really well in a beautiful box. Mat board got here looking fantastic. So that's my job for next week, is to get that matted and framed, because it's due at the gallery the week of the 11th. So my August has been jam-packed full, on top of Allie started 6th grade, and it's a whole new world because we are changing classes, and we have a locker, and we have a different teacher for every single subject. This is the first time that we've done this. So it's been a whole thing. I feel like I have been running 90 to nothing the entire month of August. So forgive me for not getting a video out there. I've also been working on this room in particular. I finally buckled down a couple of weekends. Eli quit smelling of the tripod. Son, really. I should have locked the animals out of here. He would have made more noise crying. So it's just been something else. Now the cat's over here. This is my life at all times, pure chaos. But yeah, it's got to go to the Prairie Arts Festival yesterday. I'll put those clips in after this. Got to see Church Going Mule. That's what she goes on Instagram by, but her name is Marshall Levin, and she is she's a cool cat. I really like her. We've gotten to be friends on Instagram, and then also got to meet another Instagrammer. She goes by Seeding Good on Instagram. Never actually met her, I don't think, and never have seen a picture of her. She does not put her picture on Instagram. She shares art. It's an art. She shares her art, others' art. It's an art Instagram, but she doesn't share a picture of her face. So that was cool. Got to meet her. Got to see Marshall again, and beautiful work. She gave me some postcards. Tried to pay for them. She wouldn't let me, so free postcards. We walked around, bought a couple of things, listened to some cool live blues music. 1 minute. I had to go get rid of the distractions. They're in the kennel. The cat was over here to the side, like a mirror cat, smelling of my light. So no, they had to go in the kennel. But August has been a jam-packed month of getting in art shows, getting work ready for art shows, buying a car, kids starting school, and it's just been wild. So I'm hoping things will start to slow down here a little bit in the fall. I can get back in my groove of making videos. You know, one a month, I think is doable for me with the time that I have allotted. But I've got some more projects that we're working on. I am working with the Noxubee County Historical Society on enlarging some historical photos and photos of historical places in the county that are going to go into an exhibition at the courthouse. I need to get those done in the next probably couple of weeks. It's not a ton of pictures. I think it's 12 or 14, so that's something that I can work on at night when I have time. So I'm trying to get all that done for them. And then I also have a project that I want to start this fall when it's not 128 degrees outside, because the whole of July and August has been ridiculously hot. to the point that we've had heat warnings out. I mean, we had one day it was like 110 degrees with the heat index. You can't be outside doing anything in that unless you absolutely need to, and taking pictures is not a necessity. So I haven't been able to ride, I haven't been able to take pictures, so that's another reason I really haven't had a lot of footage of anything to show you, because I didn't think you wanted to see me cleaning and organizing the hot dumpster fire that was my studio in our office. But I was really lucky back in July to be granted one of the artist mini grants from the Mississippi Arts Commission. I'll get it out here in a second. I don't have notes. I was going to write a script, and I said, no, let's just do this freehand, freestyle, whatever you want to call it. But I was lucky enough that I got a mini grant, which is a $500 grant from the Mississippi Arts Commission. And I am absolutely so excited about that. And I've known about these grants for a while, but I never would apply for one because I was like, you know, who am I? Who am I to apply for one of these grants? I'm not that good of an artist. Hellfire. I've graduated, got burnt out on art, spent 15 years in insurance. Probably to a lot of people took a lesser job, but it gives me more time for myself and more time for my family. So to me, that's more important than a title or whatever. And I told myself when I took this job that I was going to make pursuing art a priority again. I was not going to just let it sit in the back burner. I was seriously going to pursue it again. And to that point, like I've said, I think I said it in another video. I know I stated it on my blog. I like sat down in January and did a plan for the year. I was like, these are the things that I want to do. And I have not accomplished everything because it was an ambitious plan for the year, but it gave me things to shoot for. I wanted to enter more shows. I've done that. I've gotten in shows. I wanted to be more purposeful and follow my art with more intent. I've done that. And I wanted to start a new book. I started on that this month. The book probably will not be done until way later next year sometime. I don't really have a definite like due date on that book yet, because right now I'm still sort of in the deciding what's going to go in it, doing a little more research, plotting and planning. Basically, I'm in the outlining phase right now. So, but that's a project for next year. And books for me, I've done 2 self-published books. Books for me normally take about 2 years because I'm working on them here and I'm working on them there, and I don't have the time to just sit down and dedicate to write a book. I have to fit it in where I can. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I work full time, I have horses to take care of, I have family to take care of. So it's not like it's something I can just sit down and do, you know, every day for 8 hours a day and knock it out. Doesn't work like that. That's not real life, and that's okay. So with the grant from the Arts Commission, it's a grant for expendable art supplies. It can't be for equipment, so it can't be for a camera. It can't be for, say, like a printer, a new printer, which I need. Working on that. But it has to be for expendable things like drawing materials, paint, and in my case as a photographer, film, which I haven't shot in years consistently, and chemistry to develop film, because of course I graduated college in 2005, right to me at kind of the start of the big consumer digital revolution, because I bought a really nice, what do they call them? Not a professional, they call them like a professional amateur camera. I bought a Nikon D70, which I think, no, this is the 90, sorry. My D70's over there. But I bought a D70 right before I got out of college, and that's what I did the first 3 years I got out of college, was I did weddings, kids, freelance. I was in some magazines. I did senior pictures, newborn pictures, and I got burnt out. And like I said, I took a step back away from art and away from photography for a couple years, and I've kind of slowly brought myself back into that the last, I think, 2 years. and I really want to shoot some film. I really want to shoot some film, but film's expensive, chemistry is expensive, developing's expensive, and the grant is going to allow me that financial space to be able to buy film and to develop it. And you can develop film at home. It's not that hard. And so that's what I'm going to do with the grant money, and that I want to include you in that process, because I got a bunch of cameras, and we can play with film and we can play with cameras, and I can show you the pictures that I get out of that and kind of bring you along on that artistic process. And that's something I kind of want to, I think I want to do for this channel, because I've been thinking the last month, you know, what do I want to do? So that's my plan going forward, is to take you along with me as I kind of make progress as a photographer, as a fine art photographer. I don't think I'll ever do weddings again. I wouldn't mind doing some portraits for some people. That I wouldn't mind that. But my heart does not lie with doing wedding pictures, and I don't think it ever did. It paid the bills, and it was a great job for a while, but it's just not what I want to do. I would really rather pursue more fine art stuff and share that with you, and maybe offer some prints for sale. That may be something I can offer here in the future. So thank you so much for listening and listening to me ramble and putting up with me being such a chaotic person, because I am, and my life is. And I think that's just real life for all of us. You know, I think I watch a lot of YouTube, because there's nothing on TV. I'd rather watch YouTube. I'd rather watch art people on YouTube and travel vloggers and that kind of thing. And to me, it's more uplifting than the nightly news these days. And I think there is this, and it's something that a lot of people online talk about, there's this pervasive sort of perfectionist society. I ain't perfect. From my grammar to my life, I am not perfect. And I don't have the energy, man. I'm old. I'm 41. I'll be 42 in a couple of months. I just do not have the energy for perfection. So I hope you'll bear with my imperfections and my chaos and my everything. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. I'm going to include some clips from Prairie Arts, and there was a great guy singing the blues. And yeah, we'll kind of end with that. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I am excited for the future. I'm excited for my art. I'm excited for some things that I can share with you. And I have not been this like stoked for photography and art in a really long time. And I think that's because of y'all. I have a really great group of friends on Instagram who are like the best cheerleaders in the world, and who really make me feel like I can do this and that I am a good artist. Even when some days I'm like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Why do they give me a grant? What am I going to do with this money? But I have, like I said, I have the best Instagram friends, and then I also have a great group of people here in real life in Macon, Mississippi, who are super supportive of me and what I do. And my family, my husband, my parents, and my daughter are my biggest cheerleaders. And so, yeah, let's have some fun. Let's make some art. Let's take some pictures. And I'm going to share that with you. Hold me to that. Love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.
walk with me. What I talk, I wanted you to talk to me. Oh, pretty baby, can't do it all by my life.